Can't say we didn't try. Originally, I had planned on going to Simply Clean today, but now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Ormond Beach is about an hour and a half or so away from here, so it'll be almost the end of the show by the time I got there, so we're not going. Sorry everybody, we're not going. I'm gonna try and diagnose some more of this car today. I've been talking to a lot of people this morning. The misfires are very, very apparent. It may be out of time as well. I'm gonna try and diagnose this coil pack. Here in a minute, I'm gonna plug them all back up, back the car out a little bit, start it up, and then unplug one by one and see if it's dropping off at all or if it's staying exactly the same. If it drops off, it means it's hitting right, and if it just doesn't change at all, it means that one's bad. With these cars, you have to replace the entire coil pack. It's not just like individual ones, but the AutoZone and Orlando actually has it. So if this is an actual issue, we can get a new one of these and see if that makes our issue or it runs any better. If not, there's more problems besides just that. But it may be this, it may be timing, it may be compression, it may be a lot of things. The whole thing might be shot, I don't know. And as much as I just want to let this car sit and be mad at it, I can't. I want to keep working to make it right. I want it to run properly. I want to drive this car so badly. I've been waiting for so long, and it's just, I mean, it's close, but it's just not quite there yet. The current plan is, if I can't get this car running this weekend and maybe a little bit through the week to go to Fix Fest next weekend, I'm tearing the whole thing apart. I'm going to yank the whole color off the car, the engine's coming out, and we're basically going to start from a fresh platform. I have a new color I kind of want to do in my head, and basically just redo Miley completely on the outside. I'm probably going to paint this time. I think I love Randy's work, so I think I'm going to have Randy paint the car, and then do the engine bay again in the same color. I don't know. I'm ready for a change. If it runs and makes a Fix Fest, awesome. If we don't make it, everything's coming off. Everything's coming off. I love the color. I might do paint in this color or something similar, but I also have another cool color in mind. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This is all back together. Spark plugs and wires. Everything is pushed down and popped out as far as it can go. And I added another ground on the rail down here. So now there's 3 extra grounds. What says she does. Nope. Didn't like the extra ground. Oh, nothing at all now. Okay, car. Well, now with or without that 3rd ground, the car doesn't want to do anything besides just click. So that's dope. I have been here way too often lately. Gonna grab this coil pack real quick. That should help the car start up faster and run maybe a little bit smoother, but the car has to be out of time just a little bit, because the car still, obviously it runs. You've seen it run. It's a tractor, but it does run, so it's not out crazy, but just enough that it's gonna run absolutely terrible like it is right now. So hopefully the coil pack helps it smooth out just a little bit, but then we need to go ahead and rotate the engine down to top dead center, pull off the valve cover, and check our timing. If the car is out of timing, pull off the chain, retime it, and then after that, it should be good to go, but with the new coil pack. And then if I check the timing and it's in time, I'm not quite sure where to go at that point. If the car's in time and the coil pack's good, the spark plugs are good, I guess compression is next. I don't know. Hopefully it's just these last 2 things and then it's running fine, because this is getting exhausting to do and I want to make Fix Fest, but I don't know. We'll see. And I know as soon as the engine didn't start the very first time, we should check the time, but I wasn't sure that it was in time, so I just thought it'd be something else. And I also thought that would smooth out over time, which clearly that has not happened. So when we open it up, we'll see where she's at. I want you guys right now in the comment section below to comment what time you think it is right now. What time do you think it is? Comment right now. Let's see who's the closest. It is currently 6:12. 6:12. This is 6 p.m. Black. This time change has got me all types of messed up. I don't like it. Let's go ahead and swap this new coil pack in and see if we get literally any difference. Hopefully we should, but we'll see. Even though this has been an extremely exhausting process of going through countless things and checking to see what works, what doesn't work, having my car stall out, pushing the car home, this and that, it's still been a good process. It's been a very learning process. So I mean, by the time this is all done, I'm gonna know every inch and working part and how everything goes in the Vr6. We'll be Vr6 Pros by the end of this. It would have been extremely nice for this just to run the very first time, but like I said, it's been a very good learning process, and hopefully me going through all of this stuff, if you're having a problem with your car, this is helping you. So, all in good fun. All in good fun. All in good fun. I did see a lot of people say that this process of me doing this makes them not want to swap their car, which I fully agree. If you got a running car, probably should leave it alone. But what's the fun of leaving things alone? I mean, if I left things alone, this car would still be bone stock, never got painted, bag, wheel. It would just be nothing. I could have just bought like a Corolla or something like that and just not done anything at all. So, I don't know. This process hasn't really bothered me. I've been frustrated, but like I said, it's a learning process to me. And I enjoy learning stuff. I like to know, I actually know about my car and know everything works, and this is one way to do that. So, it is what it is. We'll get there. Alright, Mr. Coilpack. Out you go. This is the part number for the new Coilpack, C1075 if you're wondering. And this one does have a warranty on it, so if it goes bad, go ahead and new one. Old versus new. Can't really tell you differences from the outside, but I'm sure something internally on this one is probably wrong. So right off the bat, this Coilpack seems a lot better. On the old one, whenever I would push these spark plug wires into it and push them like tight on, it would like go on, but it didn't give you like that satisfying pop. Now this one here, if you listen, push it forward, and then that pop sound I just heard, I didn't have on that one. So hopefully that's a step in the right direction. Starting better, but it's still running very, very rough. Definitely very rough still, so I think next we'll have to go ahead and pull the valve cover off and check our timing. But it is good that it started faster, which is nice. But hopefully that paired with proper timing will make this perfect. My gasket. Get out of there. What's stuck on this? There it is. Up. One more line. There we go. Now she's free. Got her all opened up. Looks pretty clean inside. The lines on the cams are facing the same direction. I haven't rotated it to top dead center yet, but those two are facing the same way. I have to find the mark on the crankshaft pulley itself, rotate that to match to the little notch on the bottom side of the block down there, and then we'll check and see where our top end's at. If you look right there, you can see the little notch. That's what you line up the crankshaft to. So we're going to rotate it forward or clockwise. There should be a little notch somewhere on the back side of this pulley that we'll line up with that. Well, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is we found the problem. The bad news, the engine is out of time. So the crank's in top dead center. If you look here, the cams look to be aligned, like flat and flat, but if you know Vr6s, and I'm learning, the cams are 180 out. So what that means is, if I tried to right now put the tool for the cams flat across here, it wouldn't fit into these two, because in this notch here on both the cams isn't dead center. It's on the bottom side of it. It's 180 out. So what the cams need to do, we need to flip the cams completely over, and then it'll be in time. So I'm gonna wait for Greg to help me do that. He said he'll help me because I don't necessarily know how, and I'm not quite confident enough to try and pull all this off and hopefully do it right. So I'll wait for Greg. We'll do it right the first time. But yeah, all this time, not timed correctly. So learn from my mistakes. Always listen to Greg, because Greg knows all. And like one of the first days we tried to start it, Greg told me, your timing's probably off. It sounded like the timing's off. And I was like, no. I was assured it was timed properly, which to someone who doesn't know Vr6, you would think, because they're lined up to be proper, but they're 180'd out, so the bottom side needs to be on the top side. Either way, always listen to Greg. If I would have checked this last weekend, we would have fixed it. Could have made it simply clean, but it is what it is. Now, we need to do that, maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or whatever time Greg is back. We'll do that. I have a whole bunch of parts that I bought that I probably didn't need to buy in the first place, but now the engine's gonna run even better. It is what it is with all of that stuff. Always listen to Greg. Always listen to Greg. Always listen to Greg. Greg, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize, Greg. Always listen to Greg. So hopefully very soon we can go ahead and retime the engine properly, and then we can start it up, and hopefully it runs smooth and no more issues at that point. Hopefully nothing got damaged. Greg said probably nothing got hurt, but I wanted to drive the car. I want to make something clean. I was like, just go. Just throwing parts at it, and I should have just checked time in the first place. Learn from my mistakes. Seriously, learn from my mistakes, because it could have been a lot worse than this. And so hopefully after we fix it, I'm not sure when we'll fix it, but hopefully very soon it'll be running and the proper way, and that explains why it was so like obnoxiously loud and just all the things you saw. Just check your timing. Poor little Miley. But on the bright side, once this is fixed, hopefully we can drive it very soon, and if it's running well, I'll try and drive it all week long, and then I'll take it to fix that Saturday, which would be dope, so I don't have to miss that show too. Another thing that sucks is that the day I went and picked up my Vr6, when I got there, the valve cover wasn't on. If I would have known more about Vr6s that day, I would have been able to see right then and there, hey, these cams are upside down, they need to be flipped. We would have been able to avoid all of this stuff, but you live, you learn. Now I know. Now you guys know. And a whole bunch of other parts I put in the car. Hopefully after tomorrow she just runs. Please just run after this. Even though the car was running like absolute garbage, it still sounded super good in the backside. So I'm really excited to see how well this car sounds when it's actually timed properly. Jerome said I should also check top dead center by checking cylinder 1 at the highest point. So what we're gonna do right now is I have a extension in cylinder 1. I'm gonna rotate the crank around, and whatever the highest point of this is, that's top dead center. This pulley has a notch on it that matches the line, but I'm being told that sometimes these lightweight pulleys are marked incorrectly or not marked at all. Mine was marked, so I think it's right, but we'll do this anyways and see. Alright, so right now we're gonna use my camera as my like perfect measuring tool. So as like I said before, right now the engine should be in top dead center. I believe it is. You can see where this is at right now. As I rotate the engine, it should go down and come back up. This should be the highest point here if this is correct. So just keep an eye on that, and we'll measure with the camera because I can see what's out on the screen. So let me go ahead and get under the cart here and start spinning this thing around. So there you can see it going down as I'm turning it, dropping. It should be all the way out of the frame right now. Alright, now it's at the lowest point, and we are about to start coming back up. Alright, that's top dead center. That should be the highest point. So my TDC is correct, and this is very, very, very much so out of time. Sweet tea after a long day. Oh, sweet tea is so good. Oh my goodness. So, productive day for sure. Like I said, I think Greg may come by tomorrow. I don't know for sure. I know he's still in Daytona right now, and he's coming back tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I'm sure he's gonna be exhausted and tired from the show, so like that. So if it doesn't get done tomorrow, no big deal. At least we know what the issue is. My concern now, and I talked to a bunch of other VR owners, and I showed them the picture, and they instantly said, yeah, that's off, that's not right. My concern now is that the car has run for a total of, I would say, 20 or so minutes, and it's driven once. I am concerned, people are concerned that potentially we may have bent something, messed anything up, metal shaving, this and that. So tomorrow, during the day after I get back from church, I'm going to compression test all the cylinders, make sure they're still good to go, and then I also want to change the oil and to see if we have any metal shavings, this and that, which we want to do with the new motor anyways, but especially now that my car's ran multiple times with the wrong timing and things just fighting each other, this and that. So that'll happen tomorrow, but at least we found out what the actual cause of all this stuff has been out of time. Yeah, I wish I would have known. I wish I knew more about VRs when I went to pick it up. Not putting blame on anybody, or not trying to be mad at anybody, but if I would have went there and I would have saw this is off, I could have caught it then, we've been all good to go, but I didn't know. So you live and you learn. If the valves are bent or things are messed up, we're going to talk with the shop, because I was told multiple times that yes, it is in time. Even if I tried to fire it and I ran it the first time, I was like, yo, this thing's kind of running weird. You sure it's in time? And I was told it's in time. So that'll have to be addressed, but hopefully that's not the case at all. Hopefully it's just all the compression's good, flip the cams over, put it all back together, and we're running smooth, and Vr6 land, be happy, and everything's good. But we shall see. Either way, don't forget, be thankful every single day. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with perfect compression, but we'll see. We'll see. Miley's never needs a girl. We'll see. Peace out.